Hey guys, welcome to part 3, Rejected Gospel Teachings. This one is interesting because it shows who the true disciples of Yeshua really are. And you can see this even in the canon in John 6. I think it's verse 66 that says that a lot of them just turned their back on him and then they left and they never followed him again. And so you see even in the Gospels in our Bibles that there are just some people who just can't hear the teachings of the Messiah and follow him. And so I just wanted to go over a few things today that you find in the Gospel of the Holy 12. And I just shared something on Facebook, and it was a short 30-second clip. And it was, I don't think a lot of people clicked on it because it had Billy Graham's picture on it holding a Bible. I think most people probably thought it was his preaching or something like that, which I probably wouldn't click on it either if someone said, hey, watch this video and it had Billy Graham's picture on it. But it's not even about him. It's, I believe it's someone possibly from the Catholic Church who was talking about how people don't realize that the Bibles that we have today is a Catholic religious book. And his concluding statement, I don't really agree with. Maybe I don't understand it correctly because he said something about everything the Catholic Church teaches is consistent with what we read in the modern Bibles. So I don't really agree with that. I may be jumbling his words or understanding what he was saying, but through the first 20 seconds of the video, everything he says is perfect. And it reminds me of so many people today who identify Catholicism as a false religion, and they don't even believe what the Catholic Church says, yet they believe that the text provided to them by that organization is God's infallible word. And it makes absolutely no sense why you would think the text given to you by a religion you don't even believe is the only truth and that it's God's preserved word. That doesn't make a lick of sense, yet we have people who are condemning us for looking to these other texts, the Gospel of the Holy 12. People don't want to hear it. They say, oh, that's pseudepigrapha. Those are Gnostic Gospels, Andy. Stay away from that. Well, no, you're only saying that stuff because it's what you've been trained to say and how you've been trained to respond by the religious organization you were a part of. I remember hearing the word Gnostic and thinking, oh gosh, that sounds scary, And so for so many years, anything that wasn't in the Bible, I was scared of. I've thought it's doctrines of devils. We shouldn't do that. We were building fences, and we were taught in church that those fences protect us from things getting in, right? And we don't want to let things in. Well, no, the only thing it does is it limits you from getting out and actually evaluating these things for yourself. It compartmentalizes you, okay? So what we're going to do, let me go ahead and get to it. Where's my cursor at? There we are. Rejected Gospel Teachings, Part 3, the mark of a true disciple. So I wanted to start with, these mostly are passages where Jesus is teaching the disciples, okay? Some of them are not, but some of them are. And in this case, let's just read it. It's chapter 11, verse 8. It says, wherefore I say unto you, man, but also beast, and the birds of the air, yea, even the fishes of the sea, but to whom little is forgiven, the same loveth little. Her sins, which are many, are forgiven, for she loved much, not only man, but also beast and birds of the air, yea, even the fishes of the sea, but to whom little is forgiven, the same loveth little. Okay, and if you go to that chapter in the Gospel of 12, chapter 11, that's in a context where we all actually know the story. Let me get back there real quick. I have it right in front of me. So what's going on is it's where Simon says, you see this woman? I entered your house. You gave me no water for my feet. But she washed my feet. This is Jesus talking. She washed my feet with tears and wiped them with the hairs of her head. You gave me no kiss, but she kissed my feet, my head with oil. You didn't anoint me, but she did. You guys remember that story from the canon? So that's what's going on here. And this is his response to talking about how, look, she even loved the creatures of God. Isn't that interesting? And so, gosh, I got to remember to scroll up over here too, because I got it on my screen, but then I got to remember to share your screen too. So that's what's going on here. The next story is the disciples and Jesus. They were going on their way, and this is chapter 14. Jesus was going with some of his disciples. He met a certain man who trained dogs to hunt other creatures. And this goes on today, you know. This would be a good one for hunters who are in the church today to really consider. And he said to the man, why do you do this? And the man said, I live by this. And what profit is there to any of these creatures? And he's talking about the creatures the dogs are hunting, right? These creatures are weak, but the dogs, they are strong. And Jesus said, you lack wisdom and love. Lo, every creature which God has made has its end and purpose. And who can say what is good? They're in it. Or what profit to thyself or mankind? And for thy living, behold, the fields yielding their increase, and the fruit-bearing trees and the herbs. What do you need more than these? I love that. What do you need more than a plant-based diet? I mean, there it is, right there. Which honest work of thy hands will not give thee. Okay? Well, that's a lesson right there. Today, people don't even want to work anymore. I don't even understand that. Woe to the strong who misuse their strength. Woe to the hunters, for they shall be hunted. And the man marveled and left off training the dogs to hunt and taught them to save life rather than destroy. He learned of the doctrines of Jesus and became his disciple. Now, the reason I titled this about, a mark of a true disciple is because you're going to see that theme in just these few passages that I present here. What made this man want to become a disciple of Yeshua? What teaching? What is this all about? It's funny because he repented of hunting animals, and he became a disciple of Jesus and learned the doctrine that the Messiah was teaching everyone. What is that doctrine? It's compassion to animals. It's that the fruit-bearing trees sustain us. They provide us with everything we need. He says, what do you need more than these? So that's just one thing to keep in mind, okay? And it's funny that not very many people today who are Bible believers even get this. They don't understand that this is the major theme of the ministry of the Messiah. Okay? I like this. He says, be therefore considerate, be tender, be pitiful, be ye kind, not to your own kind alone, but to every creature which is within your care, for you are to them as gods, whom they look in their need. That's the way it should be, guys. And the reason I have 6/9 for the reference there, depending on what version of the Gospel of the Holy 12 you have, my hard copy, this is verse 6, but online it's verse 9. The version that I use to copy and paste, it's just broken up a little bit differently. So you might run into that. Okay. Just another consistent teaching of the Messiah. Compassion to animals. Don't eat them. They're our friends. Okay, I like this a lot. Blessed are you of the inner circle. The inner circle, guys. My true disciples, who hear my words, and to whom mysteries are revealed, who give to no innocent creature the pain of prison or of death, but seek the good of all, for to such is everlasting life. Blessed are you who abstain from all things gotten by bloodshed and death, and fulfill all righteousness. Blessed are you, for you shall attain to beatitude. Guys, did you get that? He's saying, my true disciples are those who hear these words. You have to be compassionate to the animals. Anything that, any harm that you cause to an innocent creature, if you're not hearing my words, then you're not my true disciples. He's talking to the inner circle who hear my words, to whom these mysteries are revealed. Now, I know a lot of you, especially those who actually watch my videos now, I know a lot of my subscribers, they don't like what I'm teaching anymore, because I'm not, my channel was first made for teaching stuff like, Nephilim and cosmology, and exposing, all the things going on behind in the government, and then different conspiracies, things like that, and pharmakia, the dark side of everything. But ever since I started talking about life and compassion and building people back up and having just a positive outlook through life, through compassion, through mercy to all creatures of God, it seems like I don't hear from any of the people I used to, which is probably a good thing. But at the same time, a lot of those people who think they are following the Messiah's teaching, they're in a drive-thru at McDonald's getting a Whopper, whatever, Big Mac, and they don't even care where it comes from. And they're fine with that. They don't care how any of the animals were treated. They just think, I got the mark of a disciple because I know this and I know that. It's a lot deeper than that, guys. A mark of a true disciple. It's what he's saying right here. Blessed are you who abstain from all things gotten by bloodshed and death, and fulfill all righteousness. Blessed are you, for you shall attain to beatitude. Okay? You guys are my disciples who give to no innocent creature the pain of prison or death. You're the inner circle who hear my words, and to whom the mysteries are revealed. Those are the true disciples. That's all I got for today, guys. But I wanted you to see that, and you'll probably see this theme again the more we move through this gospel. But I mean, it's pretty clear that he's saying, you guys who are hearing what I'm saying are my disciples. It's not just about taking my name on. It's more than just claiming to be a Christian or a follower of Jesus. Are you hearing my words, and are you practicing them? Well, I know so many people who say that they're a disciple of Yeshua, but they teach that it is God's behavior to kill animals. Do you see how it doesn't jive? How can you say that you are a disciple of the Messiah, but then turn around and say that God wants people to destroy what he created, when the Messiah is saying the opposite? Well, I go by the Bible. Well, you go by the text that was provided to you by a religion that you don't even believe. You believe that religion. You say you don't, but you do, because you're going by the text they gave you. It's a different religion, guys. I mean, if you think about it, it is a different religion altogether. Yeah, it's God's behavior to kill animals. And then here the Messiah is saying, if you're really my disciple, then you will have compassion towards all creatures. That's two very opposite things. So I don't know. I'm not here to point the finger at anybody. I'm just saying that's the way it is. That's how a lot of people act. So I don't know, guys. Take it for what it is. Until next time.